Hey VC, it's Ron. Thanks for stopping by. Hope everybody survived Black Friday. I know I did. I went to a few stores yesterday, and there was actually one record that I wanted really bad, and I managed to get one. And it's the Blue Cheer 1967 Demos EP. 20-minute recording, 3 songs. And this just kills, just heavy, unbelievable fuzz, mayhem. I just love it. And I actually like these recordings better than what's on their first album. So we got Second Time Around, Dr. Please, and Summertime Blues. Obviously live in the studio and just fantastic. So, yeah, I noticed on the track Summertime Blues, well, on the album, Dickie sings, I tried to call my baby, I couldn't get a date. But I'm pretty sure on this version it says, I tried to call my baby, I couldn't get laid. So, wow. Yeah, this is just so good. And it comes with a reproduction Tasty Freeze giveaway poster from '68. And if you're as old as me, you might remember Tasty Freeze. I don't think they're still around anymore. It was like a Dairy Queen. So yeah, we had one of those Tasty Freezes here in Phoenix. It was over by my uncle's house. And the building might still be there. I should probably drive by and see if it's still there. So very cool, and blue vinyl. And all 3 tracks are on one side, and on side 2, you may not have noticed this, those of you who bought this, but on side 2, there is a radio commercial for the first Blue Cheer album, Vincebus Eruptum. And it is Vincebus Eruptum, it's not Vincebus Eruptum, as I've heard it pronounced before. And so really cool, and so glad to get this. And here's the hype sticker that was on the sleeve. Okay, let's move on. The other one that I got is I got yesterday, but it's not a Black Friday release. It's Brown Acid, The First Trip. And this is, I haven't had a chance to listen to this, but this is the more heavy acid rock stuff. And come out 2015, and this is on marble lime green vinyl, 180 gram. So there's a band on here. These are all 45s, obscure 45s. And there's a band on here called Zebra from 1971. And the track is Wasted, and one of the songwriting credits is Tim O'Lane. And I saw that and I go, wow, I got an album by Tim O'Lane. So this is it right here. This come out in 1978. It's his second album, and it's Symphonic Slam 2. Symphonic Slam 1 was released here in the States on A&M, and this was released in Canada on Lady Records. And it's sort of a proggy, electronic, symphonic rock. And here's the label. I haven't really listened to this much. I remember it's pretty good, but it's not something I'd listen to much. And there's the inner sleeve with the lyrics. And it says, Tim O'Lane is one of the earliest users of polyphonic guitar synthesizer technology, has logged more hours of performance than any other artist. So there was another band that he was involved in, and their 45 is on Brown Acid Volume 5. It's a cover version of Helter Skelter. Alright, this next one is what's on the turntable, and it's by prog rock band, obscure prog rock band out of New York City, and it's Ram, Where in Conclusion. and they released this album on Polydor Records. I got a white label promo of it, and pretty good, pretty damn good. So I'm glad to get this. This next one is a really nice solid copy of Best of Grand Funk, and double album, still in the shrink, and it's got the pipe stickers on the shrink, and great condition. I mean, the vinyl's like near mint, and comes with the inner sleeves, newspaper clipping inner sleeves. And came with the poster. Kind of similar to what came in their live double album, but a little bit different. Well, actually a lot different, but same style. Somewhere I read, maybe it was in the clippings or something, somewhere I read on this album that Capitol was going to give Grand Funk their own label. And the first release was supposed to be E Pluribus Funk. And obviously I don't think that ever happened. I don't know what the details are behind that. Yeah, $3. I wasn't going to leave that behind. Alright. This next one, this is an album that I've shown. It's a reissue of a rare Arizona band by the name of Bliss. And this was a limited edition of 500 copies, come out in 2004. And most of the ones you see of this are on black vinyl, but I got a copy that is on white vinyl. And I was looking on Discogs, and they don't even indicate that this came out on white vinyl. So I think this is probably rarer than, way rarer than the black. They might have maybe only done 100 copies in the white. I don't know, that's just a guess. But this is a pretty good album. And they released Bliss 2 as a previously unreleased album that I just got, and it's Return to Bliss. Similar album cover style but different color, and this is on black vinyl. I'm not sure when this was recorded. It may have been like 70, 71, something like that. And this is just really, really good. In fact, I think I like this better than their first album, which is from 1969. So I definitely recommend getting this one. This is really cool. Parts of it reminded me of Grand Funk Railroad. There's another reissue that I got, and it's the New Dawn, ultra rare 1970 psychedelic private press record from Oregon. I got a limited edition reissue on Jackpot, 500 copies on Splatter vinyl. And this one's got Christian, a little bit of a Christian angle going on it, but I don't think it's a really deep religious Christian album like some albums are. And comes with a little history of the band, some photos, and this is on Splatter. So this is highly rated. Side 1 is the more psychedelic side, and side 2 is a little bit more of a rural sound. But Yeah, this is really cool to check out. Good album. Okay, I got another copy of Love Forever Changes, and a bit of an upgrade over the copy I had. You know, not much, but a little bit. And this is a Monarch Pressing, so this is the true original, as it's a Los Angeles pressing. And here's the label. So glad to get this. I was reading on Discogs. This album was pressed in 3 different pressing plants, and it said it's kind of hard to find a first pressing that sounds really good, because when they mastered this album, they mastered it soft to so it would bring out the dynamics of the sound and the stereo separation and all this. And it said that Monarch used a little bit lower quality vinyl compared to the other 2 pressing plants. But I'll tell you what, I got a really good pressing. I mean, that sounded excellent. So I got lucky, you know, it plays really good. So I'm really glad to get that, because, you know, LA band, LA pressing, it's a true original. So very cool. And here's another interracial band. This is the Glitter House, and they had a African American singer. And this is on Dyna Voice. I really like side 1. Side 1's solid pop psych. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of Love here and there. And side 2's got more of a sort of a rock and soul sound. But side 1, very cool. So if you see that around, grab it. Well worth getting. Not expensive. Here's got a couple of reissues on Sundays. The Druids of Stonehenge creation. I picked this up used, near mint condition, so I didn't have it, so great to get this. It was originally on the Uni label, and this is an excellent album. I'm sure they rip off the Stones and them in the style, but the music itself is great. Good singer, so very cool. This other one I got is, I've not played this one yet. It's the original version of Jefferson Airplane Takes Off in mono, the ultra rare first version that was withdrawn with the extra track and uncensored lyrics, and so yeah, getting an original of this is probably gonna be impossible, pretty much. But it might happen. It might happen. But there's the label. So got this new discounted, so should be pretty cool. Just to have the original version of that album is very cool. Okay, then I got the complete Lee Hazlewood Industries recordings of Honey Limited. And I first saw this shown in the VC on, I think his name is DS Saad, if I remember right. And he showed it, and I know Tim Allen got one of these. And I found a copy of this used, so I grabbed it. Comes with a poster, and it comes with a booklet, History of the Girls. So, nice little booklet, and yeah, this is just really excellent pop, and very enjoyable. Great full cover. Okay, I picked this up used, and it's a reissue of the first album by the Italian prog psych band Sensations Fix. And the name of the album is Fragments of Light. And I haven't heard a whole lot about these guys. This is their debut from 1974, first time vinyl reissue. And they were mainly instrumental, but they did do a little vocal here and there. And came out on the Polydor label. So this is just a really good album. And I have an original, and I think it might be, not of this album, but of another one of theirs. I have an original. I played it once on my channel, but I've never actually shown it, so I'll show it now. And I got a really nice copy of this in the 90s at a thrift store. So it's Portable Madness Sensations Fix. And this is the original Italian pressing. This album, Sensation Fix albums were only originally released in Italy. And this is probably their third album from 1974. And I think I like this one better than their first album. This one's strictly all instrumental. There's no vocal on this album. But I believe that when they do sing, they sing in English. Okay, this one I got, and this is really cool. I got King Crimson, In the Wake of the Poseidon, and this is an original UK copy. And it's got the textured cover that looks like a canvas of a painting. And it is nice shape. And the pink eye label. And although when I bought it, I didn't know exactly what I was getting here, but it turned out that I got the rarer very first pressing. And it has a withdrawn version of In the Wake of the Poseidon. So what they did on this version that's on this album was withdrawn, remixed, and 30 minutes of the fade out at the end of the song was trimmed. So the version that's on this pressing is the original mix and the full-length version of it. So that was a nice surprise that I got this. So this is a great, excellent album. So, you know, not as good as their first one, but really, really good. Okay, this one's kind of a mini Megafine that I got. And you see these things all over the place, but they're all bootlegs. And so I saw this thing in the bin, and it just looked like it was old. And usually I'll just whip right by these things, you know, because they're obviously fake. But this one just looked interesting. So I decided to check it out. It had been in the bin for a couple of weeks due to the date that was on the sticker. But I didn't care. I was just, you know, I'm gonna look at this thing anyway. So I pulled it out, and it was a Monarch Pressing. I looked in the matrix, it was a Monarch Pressing, so it's an original one. And it's introducing the Beatles in stereo, which is like super hard to find. I mean, you see the monos all over the place, but you never see the stereos. This is the second version of it without Love Me Do. The ones with Love Me Do are worth a lot of money. But it's got some stained brown on the back, but it's a solid VG plus. So I'm pretty happy with this. What I paid for this would be like the value of a mono copy. So pretty cool. And it's on the earlier oval VJ label. So this is the label that was on the very first pressing of the album, with the one that has Love Me Do. Most of second pressings you see of this album will have the brackets logo VJ. So, man, cool. I figure this one's probably worth up towards 100. Very first album released in the United States, right here. Okay, this one I've never shown, but I've had it in my collection. I decided to pull it out. Every once in a while I'll go on popsite.com and I'll look at rare records that I have and see how they're doing on their prices. And so I decided to check this one out because I hadn't really looked at it in a while. And I got this probably 20 years ago, and it's Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies. Still in the original shrink wrap. Really nice, excellent vinyl, real clean. And so I decided to look it up, as I have a Bob Ludwig mastering. You look in the dead wax and you look for the RL, Robert Ludwig, Bob Ludwig, and I got one of those, and you know, anything that's mastered by him, like Led Zeppelin 2, the sound is just so incredible, you know, and worth, you know, it's worth a lot of money. So I got one of these. One of these recently sold. Really nice shape for 400. It was probably near mint, 400. So that one's more like an excellent, so I'm thinking probably at least 300 on that one. And I got it probably less than 10 bucks, like 20 years ago. So just wanted to show that because I never showed it. And when you're talking about the Bliss, the band Bliss earlier, I was going to show this and I forgot to show it. And this band is the Sect, and they were a Phoenix folk garage rock band. These are a couple of tracks that never got released until recently. And 3 members that were in the Sect went on to form the Bliss. So that is going to do it, I think. And yeah, it's been a while since I got a video out, so it feels good to get back in the old chair and behind the camera again. And I've got a pretty good stack of 45s to show, so I'm going to be having some time off here next week, so I'll probably be doing a midweek video showing some singles. So everybody have a good one, and I'll catch you a little bit later on in the week. Later. Bye.